Hey everybody, welcome to my 2021 resolutions / goals video. Every single year I make a video like this in my current single player world. This year it's in my hardcore single player world where I sort of talk to you all about my goals for the upcoming year and allow you guys to leave me some comments down below as to what your goals or resolutions might be for the upcoming year. And as you can see behind me, I put these resolutions on a board in my current single player world, which we'll go to these a little bit later. But before we go over those goals, I actually want to head over to a web browser and show you all a little application that TubeBuddy has made that I sort of use to gauge how well I've done statistically on YouTube specifically throughout the year. I'll leave a link to TubeBuddy's 2020 year in review site in the description down below. I'll probably do a little card if I can remember to, but the only way you can access this is if you currently have a YouTube channel and you want to look at it. If you're simply a viewer, just as a little disclaimer, you cannot access this. So that's why I thought it'd be pretty cool to show this on this video. But essentially this application shows some of my top videos and the statistics from last year and compares them to the overall statistics from this year, 2020. So as you can see, I've done a few steps already. When you first log in, you'll probably have to log into your account in order to see which specific YouTube channel you want to go to, but this is my YouTube channel. So if we click on this, you have an option for sound. I almost always turn the sound off. The sound's pretty cool if you want to listen to it. It's the same sound every year, but I usually turn it off just because I don't really want to listen to it. So if we click start, you will see in a minute. First, let's go back to January 1st, 2020. As you can see, and how I began. 6,000 subscribers, 575,000 views, and 409 uploads. And then it'll show my top three. So number three, in terms of videos that I've uploaded this year. So number 3 was the second episode of Survival Heights. Number 2 was the world tour of my old hardcore world. And number 1, of course, is my Survival Heights first episode. And I like this little table. We'll come back to it in just a second. Basically, this just shows percentage change from last year compared to this year. And then it goes over our final ending statistics: 8,000 subs, 772,000 total views, and 457 total videos uploaded to the channel. So if we scroll back up though, a lot of these statistics are pretty cool to look at to see the end of year stuff as well as the beginning of the year stuff. But to me, the most important thing to look at is this table right here. So this table, like I said, is performance versus last year. So it shows subscribers gained, views gained, and videos uploaded in 2019 compared to 2020. And the most important number to look at is this percentage change right here. So 36.45% subscribers gained change. It's a positive number between 2019 and 2020, which I think is pretty good. The views gained plus 23.79%. The thing that I don't like about this table is this last row right here. Videos uploaded from 67 down to 48. It's weird to see the percentage changes up here in the first 2 rows compared to the third row and see how they don't really correlate. Normally they correlate. This year they didn't for whatever reason. So that's a very interesting thing to look at. And I want to really address this third row this year, which I'll get into in just a little bit as to what I'm going to do to sort of address that. But if you guys do have your own YouTube channel and you are curious about this, like I said, I'll have a link down in the description for you all to look at. I think it's pretty cool. Doesn't really mean a whole lot, but I think it's a pretty cool little graphic thing that TubeBuddy puts together every single year. So before we jump into 2021's goals, let's go back and look at the goals that I originally put down for 2020. This is Fyr's Frontier, my old single player survival world. It is not hardcore, but it was a very, very awesome world that many of you probably already know and may have even found me from. Over here, we have some of the other goals. We have 2019's goals right here, and we have the goals board here for 2020. So let's take a look at these. So the first row up here is going to be YouTube stuff. The second row here is going to be Twitch stuff. And the bottom row is going to be personal things. So first thing, 8,000 subscribers, check. Second thing, 3 videos per week consistently, X, big ol' X. That did not happen this year. 2 collab series, big ol' X, did not happen this year either. So 1 out of 3 goals for YouTube this year. Not great, but honestly, with some of the things that happened this year and the way that 2020 went, I can't complain too much. Second row here is for Twitch, 4K followers. We totally smashed that, which is insane. 2 streams per week consistently. We got 2 to 3 per week consistently, which is exactly what I was going for. So big check mark there. Make sweeping improvements. Didn't really do that. I mean, I added some Twitch emotes and modified a few things, but we didn't really do this. So this is kind of a meh thing. So I'll give it half a point. So 2.5 points out of 3 on Twitch. 1 out of 3 for YouTube. 2.5 out of 3 for Twitch. You can kind of see where the focus of this year has been. And then the very last row. So consistency all around. Not really. I mean, some parts of my life were pretty consistent. YouTube was not, Twitch was. I'll give it half a point because there was some consistency, but I really did not hit this goal, which was supposed to be my main goal for this year, and I honestly really didn't hit it. Workout 3 to 5 times per week. That was mainly lifting weights. I think I made it this sort of wording so I could run at least, 3 to 5 times per week. Kind of fell out of that in the latter half of the year, so I'll give myself half a point for that. I started off really strong, kind of finished weak, and we'll have to address this moving forward, or I'll have to address this moving forward, I should say. And the third one, 3.5 GPA overall at college. I hit that this year, 3.51 overall, which I'm really, really happy about. I started the year at a 3.42, I want to say. So big improvements this year on GPA, which is super awesome for college. And I'm going into my last semester now as well. So yeah, looking pretty good. So now let's jump into the 2021 goals finally that I put on this board right in front of us for this upcoming year. I'm going to preface this by saying some of these are statistics, some of them are not. I try to get at least one statistic for every social media platform that I'm really focusing on that year, but they don't really matter, to be quite honest. If I don't hit them, who cares? It's the most important part are the other things that go along with that social media, as well as my personal goals, at least to me, that I really care about. So if we go on forward, you'll see 2021 resolutions/goals. So this top row here is the YouTube row. So the first goal, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think that that's pretty attainable given this past year's growth. Hopefully it's going to increase from this previous year going into 2021, but we'll see about that. If we hit it, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. The big goal for YouTube this year is 100 YouTube videos total. I mentioned this in the TubeBuddy portion of the video, but what was it, 46 videos in 2020? That's bad. And it's not like there were instances where, there were instances where I couldn't make videos, but to me, there's no real excuse for that. I declined from 2019 to 2020, and to me, this needs to improve. So my goal this year is to upload 100 total YouTube videos, whether that means, the ATLYSS series or stuff here from the hardcore world, whatever it might be, tutorials or something that I've looked into that I might still look into again. 100 total videos for this year, which should bring my total into the 500s, I think, on the channel. That's sort of the big goal for this year for YouTube. Then lastly, at least one collaborative series. I didn't hit my goal last year of collaborative series, and I want to actually make a good effort at it this time. So at least one is the goal. If I get more than one, that's fantastic, but I want to do one, and it might end up being a survival island series. We'll see what I do with that. Now we can move on to Twitch though. And Twitch, as well as other platforms, as you'll see right here, this second row is morphing more into Twitch/other instead of just Twitch. So the main statistic goal for the year on Twitch is 10K followers on Twitch. Like I said, with YouTube, this goal really doesn't matter, but if I hit it, pretty cool. And I think based on the trends that we'll probably hit it within the first half of the year, but who knows what's actually going to happen. Things could easily decline. So I wanted to put a very attainable goal for that this year. Now this is the big one for Twitch, and one that I hope will happen this year. Twitch partnership. I applied for partner last year, didn't get in, which made total sense to me, but this year I want to have the consistent content, the consistent viewership, all that good stuff in order to really apply and hopefully attain Twitch partner this year. Lastly, for this row, we have an Instagram thing for this year. I just started posting on Instagram in 2020. So for 2021, I towards the latter half of 2020, I really slacked on Instagram posting things. I kind of ran out of things to post as part of it. But this year for 2021, same with YouTube, I want to have at least 100 posts on Instagram. Could be a bit of a challenge, but I think it's something that's worthwhile. And Instagram is a pretty cool place, honestly, to post Minecraft builds, inspiration, things like that. So definitely at least want to give it the best shot that I possibly can. And lastly, we have this bottom row here, which is all about my personal goals. So on the far left, we have a health goal, which is essentially run 5 to 6 times per week. I've been really slacking the second half of the year with consistent exercise, and I think having this goal here will really help me out with that. The most important of these personal goals, though, is in the very middle right here. It's a slogan I want to sort of adopt this year and really focus on moving forward in 2021. Less burden, more content. I talked about this a little bit in my 6-year anniversary video, which if you guys have not seen that, I highly recommend it. It'll be either down in the description. It's a video that I had 3 or 4 videos ago. You can definitely go back and take a look at that. But I talked a lot about how creating content became a burden, in terms of I felt like I was sort of forcing myself to do things, and that every opportunity had to be content. And this year, and also if I didn't upload content, it was sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy where if I didn't upload, then I was like, well, should I upload? And then I didn't upload. It was a whole back and forth. So this year I want to unburden myself from the pressure of having to upload content while at the same time uploading more content. It seems like it doesn't make any sense, but the point of it is a mentality, not necessarily an output. So if I tell myself, I don't need to upload this video, I don't need to do this, but I want to do this, and I genuinely do, I think that'll be very, very good for this year, and we'll hit that 100+ video total YouTube for this year uploads that I really want for this year. And a final personal goal, obviously with COVID and quarantine and stuff like that, I've gained a little bit of weight. It's not astronomical, but it is not where I want to be. So I want to lose 15 pounds this year and get back to lifting weights as soon as I can, obviously in a safe manner, but get back to doing more exercise, maybe even just push-ups, get some home weights, some sort of weightlifting, because I really, really missed that in the second half of this year. I did really good the first few months until COVID hit. So yeah, I really want to get back to that. And well, I think looking at all these goals, these are really, really attainable. Let me know what you all think of some goals that you have, of my goals, as well as whatever goals you have for this year down in the comments section below. But that is going to wrap things up for this video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave me some comments down below as to what your goals for the year are. I would love to hear them. And of course, what you thought of my goals behind me. So like I said, thank you all so much for watching this 2021 resolution/goals video. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for regular content very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.